Every wildlife photographer needs this in their life. A solution to a problem I've found whilst out shooting wildlife. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Barry Mountford here. If you've been following the channel, you'll have noticed that I have been out shooting a lot of wildlife, a brand new genre of photography that I've been dipping my toes into, getting used to, finding out the do's and the don'ts and the how-tos whilst out and about shooting wildlife. It's been a fantastic experience and one that I've thoroughly enjoyed. But being new to it, I've kind of walked into it and found a few little issues whilst photographing wildlife photography. One of the biggest issues was tripods, gears, big lenses. So different to shooting in the studio with the maximum focal length of 100mm lens. When you're out shooting at 500mm, some of you may have longer lenses, 600mm prime lenses, all that kind of thing. It becomes a little bit more difficult in terms of gear, stabilization, trying to catch video footage, trying to catch nice sharp images of birds in flight. And one of the biggest issues was you have fleeting moments with these animals, birds, hares, anything. It's just seconds and then it's gone. So you've got to be able to be mobile enough to capture it on the go, on the fly, so to speak. And one of the other little issues that I was finding as well is that I don't know whether it's my portrait background or whether I've been in the studio. I do like to shoot at different angles, and I'd like to do that quickly. And I was finding that it was difficult to do unless I was just shooting handheld. Now, whilst cameras are fantastic now and handheld is a possibility, it's not always the best solution for sharp images. You want your camera and lens locked down on a tripod, something that's going to keep it stable to capture those really sharp, nice images whilst you're out shooting wildlife. Now, in the past, I have been using, obviously, the big tripods with the fluid head. Huge fan of a fluid head, especially for video, but it's heavy, it's cumbersome. The noise that you make to get this thing off, and it's a few steps, it's noisy. And with that process, with the big lens on and a camera, the moment's gone. Then them seconds have passed, that bird's gone out the trees, the hare's disappeared because it's heard the noise, it got scared, and it's off. So that was one of the biggest issues I had when I was out photographing wildlife. So this solution, brand new design, simple design, but sometimes the simplest things are the best. And I believe this has answered a lot of those questions, a lot of those problems that I had. And this is the Speedy gimbal. It's brand new to the market. It's such a simple design, but it's so effective. Now, this is a cup. This is a ball. You can mount these either way. You can mount that to the bottom of the collar on your lens, or you can mount that to your tripod or to your monopod. Now, a monopod is the way to go. That's the way I like to go shooting now, with the monopod. And this is the cup that can be mounted to either the lens or the monopod as well. My preference is mounting the ball to the lens mount. I'll show you how to do that, and the cup to the monopod. And the reason for that is I will explain. So basically, this cup, so we can get that focus there. This is the cup, and that just screws. Put my little latch on. That screws into the top of the monopod. Now I'm using an inner roll monopod. This is the carbon fibre one, so it's nice and light and has a decent foot at the bottom, so it keeps it nice and sturdy. There we go. That is screwed to the top of the monopod. Nice and lightweight. It's a nylon compound. It's absolutely solid. And that's it. No big gimbal heads on there. No big fluid head on there. Nice and light. So that weight is down whilst you're out walking about in the field. Now the ball, literally, this will just attach to the bottom of the collar on the lens. Super simple. And that's it. That's at the bottom of the collar. And the reason I like the ball on the collar is because if I decide I want to shoot handheld, it's nice and comfortable in my hand. It just sits in the palm of my hand, and I still have full function of the lens zooming in and out, touching all the buttons as well. But if you're out and about and you see something and you want some still shots, straight into the cup. That's how simple that is. Super simple solution to a problem that I was having. It was almost if it was designed specifically for me. It wasn't, by the way. This is somebody who's a wildlife photographer, Colin Brister, who's been out in the field for many years, lots of experience, and he's came up with this design. Such a clever design to a solution which I'm sure many of you guys will be having also, and that is the Speedy gimbal. Literally, you have a motion, you have all the movement everywhere. It's nice and stable. Literally off handheld shooting. So if you want to get down low as well, you're on the floor instantly. And listen, very little noise. So there's no clunking. There's no clunking with any of the fluid heads or any of the other gimbals. Unscrewing it, getting it off, getting down. It is such a simple solution. And one of the best things as well is that if you like to shoot video, this is going to be able to grab you some video on the go now. Granted, it isn't going to be as silky smooth as a fluid head, but I've been out and I like to, obviously, I'm on the bike sometimes and I'm out traveling for miles, nice and lightweight, but if I want to jump off the bike, set this up on the monopod and start grabbing some video footage and stills. It's a super quick process, and that for me just changes everything whilst you're out photographing wildlife photography. Lightweight, less gear, very, very handy in the field and so easy to use. There's no clunking about with it at all. Such a simple solution. That is the Speedy gimbal, folks. I wanted to share that with you because it's such a great design, which has been designed by a photographer for photographers. Somebody who's been in the field, who knows the stuff, who's been in the field shooting wildlife photography for years, and have came up with a solution which helps their process run smooth, easy, and it's very inexpensive. When you look at fluid heads and other types of gimbal heads, they are hundreds of pounds. This is, I think, running around about £45–50 at the time I bought this. I know I'm new to wildlife photography, but that was one of the first things that stood out to me was gear, stabilisation. I have missed quite a few shots, not being stabilised, but now I'm on here, I'm shooting with a 200–500 lens. I know obviously some of you will be shooting with longer lenses than this, but obviously having that stabilisation, being able to just pick it up and then walk around, get it down, back on, and shooting away again. It just changed everything. It changed the whole process and made everything so much more enjoyable. And that's the key. When you're out shooting wildlife, it's got to be enjoyable. You've got to capture those fleeting moments. This has allowed me to do that. That's why I wanted to share this little bit of gear with you guys, because it is such a good piece of gear. I'm not affiliated. I'm not getting anything back for this at all. I just want to show you guys good gear that will help you out in the field. And this is one of those bits of gear. Links to this product will be in the description below. Go and check it out. And happy wildlife shooting. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you then.